Damn. Welcome back. Born Offside, another week. OLANTEKKERS.
Yeah, what's going on?
You're here with your luggage in the other room. You're off to Melbourne.
Yeah, I'm off the Melbourne Cup tomorrow. Or tonight I'm actually on my way. First time going. No tickets, so we'll see how it goes.
Do you know what I love? Olan arrived and he's like, I'm a bit worried about my suit in my carry-on luggage that he's like just
Shoved.
stuffed. Luckily, it's in a cover.
Yeah,
but
So you put it in like a suit bag.
get that suit out of your bag and hang
Kat
that
was like,
thing
get it
up.
out right now, hang it up.
Yeah, you can hang it on the plane, 100%.
I had no idea you could do that. I was literally like, I'm just paranoid about it because I literally just got it dry cleaned in fashion and I had to like stuff it in my bag.
So you're just planning to influence your way into the Melbourne Cup?
Let's just see how it goes. They don't like influencers because John Bernard, so we'll see how it goes.
So, but is your plan to go to Flemington, like the area around there,
we'll
and
go
do
to Flemington,
content?
like hang around outside. If I can get tickets, I think I'll chuck up something today and see if there's still tickets available. But if not, hang around.
Are we a buzz?
Yeah,
I'm sure
I
it's a
mean,
buzz. Melbourne will be.
there's always news headlines and
Yeah.
footage of people doing all kinds of stuff outside of the race.
Yeah,
course
like
as
last
well.
time I didn't even go in. But this was like 2 years ago at Randwick. We got some fucking funny shit there.
Yeah,
Just
everyone
around.
was just smashed. And that
Oh
just
yeah,
makes for
your
good
content
content
went crazy
That,
back then.
yeah, that was like around the race
remember.
course. That was like after COVID, so everyone was buzzing. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes.
Class. Well, there's plenty of football coming up as well. It's Champions League midweek, but there's been plenty of football going on. We're going to start with the local stuff. It's great to have Adelaide-Melbourne victory.
It's viral there.
That's-
rivalry.
That's that rivalry. It's an interesting rivalry because
rivalry.
I feel like that original rivalry people feel is. I can't help but feel. I mean, I'm from Sydney. I can't really comment on it, but I feel as though Adelaide hate victory because Adelaide don't have anyone else to hate. Whereas victory also have City. They
I
also have
was
Sydney
like,
FC.
Yeah. I was like, why is there a rivalry there?
Yeah.
What's that about?
I feel like it's a one-sided rivalry. I mean, I still remember the days where Melbourne put 6 on Adelaide in a final.
Oh.
Archie Thompson scored 5. I think that
Yeah, you can't be getting score lines like that in a final.
No.
What happened to the last final?
Which one?
Yeah, that's
The
what I
current
mean.
one. Yeah, the current
You
one.
can't
Yeah,
be doing
yeah.
that.
Exactly.
Melbourne City.
Except
Central
when
Coast.
it's the underdog doing it. That's more interesting.
Yeah,
But
yeah, exactly. So there's always been heated exchanges. The old Kevin Muscat with John Cosmina, blah blah blah. Now there was another heated game. It was good. It was actually a great game. 1-1,
yeah.
solid, even, great support there. There was a big moment that a lot of people are writing in about today on the show,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw it.
and that's Nestri and Kunda's red card.
Hard to miss that one.
Yeah,
I don't understand why he was given
second yellow.
Second yellow.
Yeah, me neither.
And did you see the referee's comments after the game?
No, I didn't.
What did he
So the
what did he say?
referee said to the gaffer, I think there's a recording of it. He said to him, like, why didn't you call the foul on Akunda? And he said, because I'm trying to make him stronger.
It was definitely a foul.
He said,
That
I'm trying
was
It was definitely a foul.
100% a foul.
That was his reason for
Yeah,
not
Conor Meadows
giving
was caught out.
the foul
That
in the first place.
Yeah.
But
Look-
then you give the yellow.
The way I look at it is he's a top player, and I'm a big fan of him.
Huge fan.
And it's a shame he got sent off. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know exactly what was said. I don't think there's an agenda. You know, a lot of people have come out and said there's an agenda against
against,
him.
What I hate
against
is-
him.
I don't think so. Like, I
No.
think the
I don't-
referees
I don't
just
think there's an
made a
agenda, but
decision.
what I hate is like everyone in the league knows who he is.
Yeah.
Everyone knows like
Yeah.
there's hype around him, you know, and now he's maybe he's playing with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, but I feel like the others are like creating like, oh, you think you're the shit kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And then that's feeding into the
that's
whole.
what it looked like because Economides just straight up fouled him, like was tugging
Yeah.
on his shirt, whatever.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't move, he couldn't
Yeah.
do anything. But then it was Chapman, right, who came up.
Yeah, and got in his face.
That was clearly like
That's the whole.
aggravated.
Yeah, that's
there
the
was
whole.
something
Like you
going
think
on
you're
there.
you think you're the shit. Like we're trying to humble you, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
and they're going to try and do that in a match of football, though.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Well, how
he's
often
such
do
a
you
good
guys?
player. You have to do that stuff. Like, that's part of the game.
Yeah, and you
look-
experience that in your own games, like that kind
You
of
have
aggression.
to.
Yeah.
Especially when you're playing against a good player. You need to
Exactly.
try anything to get in his head. He's a young player at the end of the day. And
Yeah.
an experienced player is going to try anything to get in his
Yeah.
head. I don't mind all that stuff. I personally don't mind all that stuff.
Yeah.
Pushing, kicking, you know, talking shit. That's football. That's what it's all about.
Mm.
It's whether the referee needed to really send him off. And the only reason he would have to send him off is if he said something really, really, really offside.
Yeah.
And even then, I mean, the amount of times you're watching the Premier League, I remember my favourite used to be Wayne Rooney. He'd turn around, fuck off, God.
Yeah,
To the
yeah,
and the referee was like, Wayne, you know, settle. You know?
Calm it down, mate.
Yeah,
Calm it
mate.
down. Yeah, for
Like,
real.
it usually has to be really bad, either something racial or personal to the referee for them
Yeah.
to pull out a card. And I don't think he said anything like
I don't
that.
think he
No.
said anything that way.
So I think it was harsh at the end of the day. And then look, of course, people are upset about it. Tano Miller, how is he getting a red for that? The future of football needs to be protected from refs. Do you think certain players should be protected more than other players?
No, but I feel like they indirectly are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like a ref, whoever's reffing Messi or reffing Ronaldo.
If Messi goes down, he gets a free kick.
You know what I mean? He gets a free kick. You
It
know?
doesn't matter where on the pitch.
Yeah, they
he
know.
is.
the way it works.
They lean out. A lot of other players have said that. I think indirectly you're gonna protect, the best.
Do you
players.
also think though, and I feel like you see this in so many codes, where a player is performing at a level like that, when they are in a bit of a dispute, they're used as an example.
Yeah, maybe.
Because they don't want to be looked at as though they're given special treatment.
Yeah.
So if anything, the treatment's almost harsher
Sometimes.
to counteract that.
That's facts.
Whereas had it been any other player, I don't think it would have been that extreme of a punishment.
Yeah, possibly. And
That's a good point.
Gilly's written in, has Nestri done some damage to his future now as a player?
fuck, bro.
Don't read into it like
No,
that.
way.
no.
If anything,
I actually think
if
it's the
anything-
opposite.
Yeah,
if
I
it-
agree. It's
if
the
anything, it's
opposite.
added to it.
100%.
You know what I mean? 'Cause
Look at
it's-
any
Show some
player.
spice.
Well, look at any player you think of. They have those moments, and red cards are usually common, and there's a redemption. This isn't quite as big, but
No
I think
way.
of like Beck's getting red at the World Cup in '98 and then coming back at the free kick against Greece. Like there's always these little
Yeah.
arcs, there's a red card and then there's a moment, there's redemption, This just adds to the narrative next time he plays victory. I think it's great for him. I don't think it's actually that bad.
No, and I actually think you need moments like this to keep the game interesting.
100%.
And not, look, I don't want it to happen at the expense of a player with injury and stuff like this, but when it's like about behavior and stuff, why not?
Yeah.
Like have your moment
Yeah.
because you can redeem yourself in the next game.
100%. Nick O'Connor, 20. Do Victory have the best active support in the league?
We were
I
saying
feel like
this
we
the
touched
other
on
We were saying
this
this last week.
yeah.
I don't like to separate them too much. I think there's some fuckwits in there as well.
Yeah, but I think every fan base has fuckwits.
Yeah, but ultimately, I when I look at Victory and I combine results, fans, membership, players, everything over the course of the A-League, I think they're probably the best club in Australia. When I look at everything, but best active sport, I don't know. I think there's a few. I think there's a few that have a shout for that. But the other headline in that game was Bruno Fornaroli scores again.
on
Unreal.
fire.
Great move from
Look at this
Zizou
guy
down the
go.
wing. Great finish. Yeah, that's a man that's confident. 36 years of age as well, delivering bangers every week. Oscar Zavada as well, scoring a hat-trick. Wellington Phoenix are flying.
They are flying
Up the Knicks.
up the nuts.
Great to see. It's great to see. And it's great to see, as we always talk about, a young manager being given a go and doing very, very well over there. How does Steve Corica fix Sydney FC? Sky Blues haven't scored a goal this season. And they lose
Jeez, not
again.
Yeah,
even a
it
goal.
lost to City.
Lost to City.
They're struggles. They're
Yeah, City, of course,
struggling.
change of manager, got rid of Rado, brought in
Yeah.
Aurelio Vidmar now, and that straight away you see that impact when you got a new gaffer. Is it time for Sydney? get a
Yeah.
new gaffer.
Do you know what? I feel like we've gone
been
back
saying
and
this for a minute.
We've gone back and forth on this
Yeah.
for quite some
He
time.
won't get sacked. There's no way.
He's just.
still
I feel like
think he
he's
won't? He won't get
too.
sacked.
He's like a part of the framework of the club.
He'd been there too long.
I
He's a
feel
club
like he
legend.
has to decide to leave.
He won the
before
cup. Yeah,
They would get rid of him.
and there's no relegation, so who cares, right?
I know,
Just
but
finish
it
last and
is-
go again next year.
Oh my
It is.
gosh.
It is a shame to see the way that they're playing right now. Like, look,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. They're still. It's not like they're not fighting for the win. They're not walking on the pitch and doing nothing, but they're just not the best team at the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm not the biggest Sydney FC fan, but I know a lot of Sydney FC fans who are like really disappointed right now, and I think that's the thing that's a bit sad for them.
Yeah, and they always on paper had a hard start to the season. I mean, Brisbane you'd think was maybe a game that would have penciled in as a win, but Victory and City were always going to be hard matches. Losing's a habit, in football. Sometimes winning and losing is a habit. Like Phoenix at the moment are hot.
Yeah.
They were down 2-0. I think it was 2-0. They came back 5-2. When you're hot, you're hot. When you're losing and you just feel like a goal seems so hard to get.
does,
A
yeah.
clean sheet seems so hard to get. And that's how Sydney are looking at the moment. Macarthur, on the other hand, their best start to an A-League season.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought they were going to flop. Got rid of Dwight York, shambles, circus of a club last year.
And they're
They made some
rolling
good
with the
signings
punches.
too.
They're rolling 7 points. 1-0 win. They left it very late. It was
Yeah.
a bit of a mistake from Garucha at the back for Western United, but that happens. And a good win for them.
Lucky Rose is back in there.
Lockie Rose is back in there. Yeah,
back
he was
in there.
involved in the goal. He had a bit of a hand in the goal. Great. Also, Born Offside alumni. We had a screamer in the women's game, Jets versus Wanderers. Fuck. Did you see that goal?
I did see that goal.
Full volley?
There was some great. I feel like the women's game has just turned it up a notch this season.
There's been
as
big
well.
goals. There's
Yeah.
been. Well, they reckon they're calling for that one. You got to see the tech on this volley. Did you see the tech? It was
No,
against
I
your
didn't see
girls. It was
it.
against the Wanderers. I feel bad. I know a lot of the Wanderers. They were so close to finally getting that win.
I know.
And I know they've been training and working so hard for that as well. Shout out to Vicky Bruce, who scored as well from the US. But then, 90-something minute volley. That's the stuff of dreams.
It's-
And
I feel like every now and
have to
again you
watch
see
it.
something like that, and it's just.
it was
I
gorgeous.
always just think,
Poor Amy.
man, how good would it
Poor
feel?
Amy, who I'm good
I
friends
know,
with. She
'cause
put
I
a great
thought of
assist
Amy.
in for the Wanderers goal, and then
Yeah.
she just like in turn assisted the Jets goal.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
well, it was like a half clearance, and then they hit it off the volley.
And they hit it off the volley.
You know, one of those ones you're playing at the back. It's like you've done nothing wrong, but
You just try and clear it or not clear it enough.
yeah, but
Yeah.
they pull something out, and
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
oh, people are gonna remember it.
But on the women's as well, Perth Glory, top of the table.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool to see.
have they ever
this.
gone close? Like,
No, so Alex Apakis has
Yeah, that's right. He's been there a
he's been
while.
their coach for, I think this is his 4th season.
Yeah.
And you don't see that all that much, right? When you're not getting the results.
Mm.
They've been at least bottom half of the table for most of the time that he's been in charge. But I think it's definitely a testament to holding out on the vision a little bit.
yeah,
But he made some great signings. They've got Grace Jale up front.
Yeah.
She's plays for the Ferns, the New Zealand international team. I think she's awesome. She brings that experience into the side, and he obviously knows what he's doing.
yeah. It's really cool because Alan Stajic has gone there, the coach of the
Yeah.
men's side, and
And
Alex
Annika
Apakis-
Stajic, his daughter,
his
is
daughter's in
playing
the women's.
for Perth Glory as
Oh,
well.
really?
Yeah. But
the
what's
whole
really-
family just moved to Perth, I think.
It's cool because I think there must be some good synergy between men and women because Alan Stajic actually hired Alex Apakis
There you
as
go.
part of his Philippines squad. He was more like a head scout during the Women's
okay.
World Cup, worked for him. And, you know, Staggy's now back in men's football, but
Yeah.
with so much experience in the women's game, there's no doubt he's maybe throwing a couple cents over to the women's program
Yeah,
as
for
well.
sure.
So there's a really good unity over there. Good to see Perth doing well. There's a club that's gone through some tough times. This was some big news midweek last week about Australia pulling out. I don't think we spoke about it
About-
last week about pulling out of the World Cup bid in 20.
Sau-
Did we talk about that last week?
Saudi in
No.
2034.
Saudi now officially.
Oh, they officially.
Well, there's no one else competing now. It was going to be Australia or Saudi Arabia. Australia pulled out. A lot of people complaining on.
Why
the
they
FA.
pull out?
Well, this is the thing. A lot of people are like Australia should be going for it, but really,
Completely.
we had no chance
Against Saudi Arabia.
against the Saudis. And even the head of AFC, so we're part of Asia. Even AFC had already backed Saudi. So our own federation was backing Saudi. We had absolutely no chance. And you can't compete with that cash.
Yeah, that's different. It's different kind of money.
That's the Arab money. You know about it, Kat.
That Arab money.
You can't compete with that.
You
shit.
can't compete with Arab money.
No, but look, the FA said, never fear. We're going for some other shit instead.
Oh, like what?
So we're going for the Women's Asian Cup,
Okay.
Women's Asian Cup.
right?
So this is Australia and everyone else.
No, there's a couple good teams. What do you mean?
Who else?
Japan have machine.
Oh, okay, Japan. Okay,
You know-
Japan and Australia.
There is no guarantee with the Asian Cup that Australia does well. Like we
It's
have
true.
this,
We bottled the last
We
one.
have this. They're like our kryptonite. These teams.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
but
we lost to South Korea and India or something.
Yeah,
and we
the
were
last
knocked
one.
out, and we were supposed to go quite fast.
yeah,
so.
exactly. So you never know. But look, the big one also that they're going for is something that we haven't actually seen yet as football fans. We're going for the 2029 FIFA Club World Cup, which is the new style
rate
of Club
that.
World Cup. You know the Club World Cup has usually just
Yeah.
8 teams kick around and the Champions League winner wins it.
Yeah. Champions League winner and then the
It's usually Champions League versus South America in the
yeah,
final.
and the random team.
But they've added in a few rounds. Auckland go there every day just for participation. Get eliminated first every day, every year. You know, it's the same shit every year.
Okay, yeah.
Now the Club World Cup's going to be 32 teams. So you're going to have the last 4 winners of the Champions League, the last 4 winners of Libertadores. All of them are going to come together and play one big World Cup. So in 2029, we could have Real Madrid, City. Who else looks like they're going to win something? PSG maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Plus River Plate, Boca, Fluminense, like this type of
That's
stuff.
wild.
And they're all here playing in one tournament, which will actually mean a lot.
That actually sounds sick.
It's gonna
That
be
would
sick.
mad
That's
if
cool.
Australia hosted that. That would go off.
Yeah.
That will go off. And I think the Club World Cup is going to be like, I think it's one of the best decisions FIFA have made in a long
Yeah.
time. That's going to be huge.
Yeah.
That has the potential to be like, you know, when you win a Champions League as a manager, it's like, we've done it all.
But I mean, that's like the pinnacle,
World
right?
Cup.
This,
could
yeah.
be-
Because until now, the
you
Club World
reckon?
Cup isn't as big as the Champions League.
No way.
No one gives a fuck. It really doesn't matter. If you win the Champions League and you lose the Club World Cup over in Japan
Yeah.
or
No
Saudi,
one cares.
no one cares. But when now it's going to be every 4 years and you go, like the first one's in the US in 25, right? Real's going to be there. Chelsea's going to be there because it's 2021.
2021.
City's going to be there. And now the winner of this next Champions League is going to be there.
All the way there. That
So
will be.
that's
a shout.
big, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
Real are the kings of the Champions League, but for them, it's like we need to win this. So,
yeah,
Nice.
that'll be sick.
so never mind, Aussie fans. That could be a big one for us to
Yeah.
get. That'll be awesome. I hope so. Plenty of news coming
Now,
out.
speaking of World Cups and all that,
Go on.
we need to talk about
What are
some
we
really
talking
big
about?
news.
What are we talking about?
Something that's official now,
What's official?
which we weren't sure whether or not it was official a week ago.
What?
Mary Fowler and Nathan Cleary.
Oh,
I feel like
just
this-
as big as World Cup news, huh?
Now, hear me out.
Jesus.
Hear me out.
I don't
segue
buy
was-
into the
the
couple
Born
shit.
Offside.
No, I
Born
like
Off-
it. I like
but
it. I
since
like
day
it.
one, Born Offside has been the place for cross-code conversations.
Oh, no, I rate it. Yeah, I rate
And
it.
we now are faced with
There's a few cross-code conversations happening there, right? That's easy. You know what I mean?
Well,
There's some filthy cross-code conversations
wasn't
being
there a
had.
Wikipedia that was like Nathan Cleary's bio's changed or something? It was like
Yeah, they said
so like like there was like this guy's won this, and he is the partner of Mary Fowler, who's actually like the world
Someone.
star. You know what I mean? That's what it was like.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm all for it. It's like Travis and Taylor Swift now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice of Mary
nice.
Fowler to put Nathan Cleary on the map.
Here we go.
Yeah.
You
were waiting for it.
It's
Who is more known, her or him?
Well, they have like
internationally her.
I checked their followings and they're almost exactly the
checked
same.
the followings.
That's such a cat thing to do.
I checked their followings and I matched them up. They're the same. Okay.
That's correct.
So
Well,
they have the same
I
following?
wanted to gauge like who has more followers.
I thought.
Well,
You can
I thought
fact
she
check
would have
me, but
more.
I'm pretty sure it's similar. But
He'd be big locally.
obviously
but
his would be mostly Australian followers, whereas I
hers
want to
is
know
all-
what her like,
hers would be, like,
what her
all over
split
the world.
is.
I'm sure she's more recognizable outside Australia.
Yeah.
But then in Australia, probably him. I don't know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool couple, man. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I think it's great. The fact that he flew to Perth, in a knee brace to go watch the Matildas game, it's cool.
Must be.
Yeah, exactly.
Must be serious.
Nah, that's the bare minimum, ladies.
Whoa. Bare minimum is him to fly out while he's just had surgery.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You're a fly me to you kind of girl?
Say again?
Are you like, you like the old, if someone buys you a plane ticket to fly in?
That's never happened.
No, but you'd jump on a plane?
Yeah. If someone
No,
was like,
they come support me.
But would you, if someone was saying, hey, like fly in for the weekend, would you fly in?
No.
No?
well,
Context is really important.
Okay, so
Okay,
it's a
we're
bit.
saying like it's your boyfriend and he's fucking.
Well, he's not your boyfriend. No, he's not your boyfriend.
No, if he's not my boyfriend, absolutely not.
No?
No. Have you just met me?
No, I don't know. Even if it was like Nathan Cleary?
No.
Okay, I'm just
Who else would make a good power couple since we're on the
Cat and
Cat and who?
I don't even know.
Don't. I'm gonna blush for no reason.
I don't even know.
I don't want to bait her out. I don't wanna
I'd
take
say
her out.
I'd say an A-League player, but Kat's more interested in footy.
Yeah, she loves her footy ball.
She loves her football
Stop.
as a sport.
Yeah,
But
you
when it
know-
comes to a
Stop.
partner,
Yeah.
she wants footy.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I actually just want someone.
you have to weigh more than 100 kilos, and you can't. You know what I mean? You can't play football.
100 kilos tats.
Tats.
Yeah.
I want someone like under the radar. No one knows them.
Oh bullshit.
Fucking hell.
Such a lie.
Anyway, no, it's great. I'll rate it, Cat. Anyway, Mary Fowler, 20 years old,
Well,
dating
I
a footy
hate that I
player.
brought this up.
What could possibly go wrong?
How many times a year are they going to see each other though?
Exactly.
No, I think it's just a
pretty
nice.
tough.
I think it's a nice fling.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, fair.
maybe it's a serious thing, but I just think it's a nice. Why not? You know,
Yeah,
you're both
why
on top
not?
of the
Give it a
game.
try.
Mary Fowler's the golden girl of Australian football at the moment.
Give
it a
He's
go.
Golden
fucking
boy,
unbelievable. Like what,
probably.
3 straight and
Yeah.
tore up the final. Why shouldn't they be together for a
Yeah,
bit? I
fair,
think it's
fair, fair.
I think it's great. Let's talk some business. Joe K football.
Business.
Thoughts on the rumored second division teams? So we have a
Did
bit
you
of.
say it's been locked in now?
Well, I don't know. I think anything's locked in Australian football.
And that's
is it?
crazy though, because they want to start as soon as March or April next year.
Yeah, it's been. I'm hearing 2025 now.
That makes sense though. If we
This
don't
has
know
been
within
rumored
6
since I got to
months,
Australia, which was like 3 years ago.
It's way before then, bro.
Oh
this has been
my
rumored
God.
for a
If
long
this
time.
doesn't happen in
I don't
the next
actually
2
think-
years, I'm giving up on it.
I don't know if I don't think it'll happen. But anyway,
Okay,
here are the rumored teams. South Hobart. That's cool.
Who are they? I don't know. Who
You ever been? You know Hobart?
No,
You ever heard of the city of Hobart?
no.
You ever heard of Tasmania?
Yeah. Tasmanian devil, that's why.
Yeah.
let me say, sometimes this show rides itself.
Yeah, yeah. So Hobart's in Tasmania,
Oh, okay.
and
Got
they,
people there. Okay.
there are some people there.
Shout out
Yeah.
to them. All
They're
5 of
all
them.
related, but they're there.
Yeah, it should be like. I know it's
kidding.
I know
It's like
a small
Lebanon.
city.
Yeah, it's exactly
Yeah.
like Lebanon. That's why
Okay.
I understand
So-
it.
Minus the nightlife.
So Hobart.
South Hobart, South Melbourne,
Yeah, good team.
yeah, Preston,
Yeah, great
Yeah, we
team.
like
right,
Preston.
Avondale,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
big.
Sunshine Coast. That's controversial. We'll get to that. Marconi, Sydney Olympic,
Yeah.
Wollongong,
Give
Have to
him.
be. Yeah, one
Yeah.
of them's
Apia.
great. Apia's
Yeah,
a
of
shout
course.
as well.
and Sydney United.
Yeah,
rate it.
that's pretty
Rate it.
strong.
Right, so that's 10 teams.
It's a good New South Wales representation.
Well, no Adelaide, no South Australian representation, which hurts because there's big clubs there like Adelaide.
Big
But
clubs in
that-
Adelaide.
Yeah.
That is once again just reflecting the issue in the A-League too. Like there's one Adelaide team. Like
Yeah.
they've got to show some love.
Yeah, I know.
They've got to show that there's some kind of
Yeah.
Because in the FFA
Opportunity
Cup,
there.
like those teams were tearing it up.
yeah.
But the biggest problem now and why these clubs are second guessing it is because apparently there's been a few restrictions placed on them, right? One of them
Right.
is these clubs want to know that if they go play in this second division, their under 23s can still play in the NPL, like Sydney FC and Wanderers do.
Oh, yeah, it has to be. That has to.
Right,
Yeah.
and now the NPL's clashing with them as to whether they're going to allow a Marconi under 23s to keep playing in New South Wales.
Why?
I don't know. This is one issue.
That's
Right.
because that's exactly the same thing as the A-League clubs having their U23s in the NPL. Is it not? Because it's a professional team.
Well, exactly. They're going to now become a professional team. They want the same kind of treatment as the A-League clubs.
yes.
But does that destroy your NPL now with a half the NPL's under 23s?
Yeah.
Does it
Well,
become
it's
just
not
like a
by-
youth league?
No, but the thing is, it won't be like that black and white. It'll be players that maybe aren't playing for Marconi's
True.
first team, not getting minutes. So you'll get those players coming in and out.
True.
It's still...
Well, the other problem is Football Queensland. Now, if anyone really does care about the logistics of state level football, I don't know. But Football Queensland are
Yes.
quite rogue. They usually have their own rules. They like to do things their own way.
really?
Like the broadcast deal, all of them signed and they're all together in NPL TV except Football Queensland. They like to stay quite separate for a lot of other reasons. They put in a rule saying if you go to this second division and it either doesn't work out or you get relegated or something, you'll have to start back at the bottom of the Queensland pyramid. You can't come back to the NPL.
They're fucking tying people's hands behind their back.
Yeah,
Right,
they're-
you know what I
That's
mean?
almost
Tight.
blackmail.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
like when you ever had your girl say, "No, you can go on that boys' night."
Yeah, you go on that boys' night,
Yeah.
but we're not going to be together when
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get back.
You see what happens when you get back, you know.
Yeah, you're like, fuck, boys, I can't go.
You know what I mean? And
So-
that's kind of what they're doing.
Wow.
I said you can go have fun, but don't expect this place to be back. You know, don't
I don't
expect-
expect it to be the same
the
when you
locks
get
will
back.
change when you get back. You know, Sunshine Coast will return. The locks will change.
It is a
Fuck,
lot.
that's
The
so
locks will
brutal.
change.
Yeah.
It is brutal.
But so that's why you probably haven't seen Brisbane City, Gold Coast Knights, who have
Yeah.
dominated.
That would be
Well, because they're sacrificing everything that they're
risking everything
doing in the
that they've
in
built
the NPL.
for the
Yeah.
last 10 or 20
and their youth,
years.
you know,
And
they're
their youth as
they're-
well.
Yeah.
They're risking everything. So apparently Sunshine Coast are doubling down on this shit. They're going, fuck it. We're willing to play in the Victorian comp while we're waiting for the national second division. And apparently they've offered to, they must have cash. They've offered to play their home games out of Melbourne. Sunshine Coast,
What?
the rumor is they've
Wait,
offered
do
to
you-
play their
Do
home
you need
games
a
out of
centre
Melbourne.
back? Fucking hell, how much are they paying over there? Bloody hell.
I know, but
They got that much cash.
That's wild.
it's just another day in the politics of Australian football.
It
So much
is.
The good news is apparently they have a major sponsor which is going to be putting $2 million into this league.
Wow.
Into the league.
Yeah.
Who?
I don't know. This is all just like
Who do we
I
think?
actually, I think like I was saying before, in terms of attendance, that I can guarantee the attendance is going to be more than the A-League.
I don't know about
I
that.
think so.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't like. Don't get me
Because
wrong.
they'll get around it. It's not just. I feel like
You know what? Maybe more than some A League teams have gotten. Maybe more than your MacArthur Bulls, but I can't see them getting like.
more. Okay, not more than maybe like.
They'll get a couple thousand to a game.
Yeah.
I can't see 10,000 people rocking up for these games. Maybe. I'd love to see it, but I don't think so. I love the
See it.
NPL, and I
Because when I speak to Australian football fans, they are more passionate about the NPL than they are about the A-League.
Yeah, but
all
passion's
of them
one
though.
thing.
Are we talking thousands of them, or are they
And
like a
most,
really
most of the
noisy?
people that I've spoke to,
Is there like a really noisy couple of hundred people? Or like a couple of thousand people around Australia, very noisy online and everything, but are they really going to be filling state? Like, I hope they don't make the mistake. If they do this second division, leave them at their grounds, right?
Yes.
Leave them at these small grounds.
100%.
yeah.
Like
Hopefully we'll fill
Preston need to play, at their home
Exactly.
ground. Like these clubs need to play where the heart of their club is.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they won't get that attendance.
No, they've got to
That's
keep
the
it
only
small,
way.
start small,
Yep.
and just get it up and running. Look, they're talking 2025 now. If they're getting sponsors, there's no broadcast deal done yet. And that's probably the biggest thing that's missing. Who's going to show these games?
yeah, where would it show on?
So there's a lot of problems. And as I said, don't hold your breath.
If this never happens, I'm going to be so upset.
Let's take it international now. The girls are on fire. Caitlin Ford.
Fire.
Caitlin Ford scores. No, she didn't.
She assisted Catley.
for Steph Catley. Arsenal beat City 2-1. That one we were talking about before. Mary
Aussies are
Fowler.
running wild over there.
Well, there were 4 Aussies on the pitch. Cara Cooney-Cross was an unused sub.
She needs to get some minutes. That's my favourite player.
I know, that is your fave, eh? Why is that your
He
favourite?
loves her.
Why you saying it like that?
Why? It's not deep.
Why Joyce gonna make it weird?
Replay.
Okay,
I didn't say
completely-
anything.
You
weird.
are a big fan.
Completely platonically, yes, I am.
Platonically.
Huge. Is that the word? Is that
Yeah,
the
yeah,
word?
I don't think
Close.
anybody is going to think that you're
No one was
genuinely
thinking
in love
anything
with
else.
her.
No, it's
cool.
fine. It's- I would be defensive too if I was online. He's been absolutely slandered.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
thought I'd fucking put it out there.
Sorry.
Before they fucking cancel me on soccer Twitter.
He
for
likes
saying-
her football.
I think
ability.
she's
Now,
such
you've always
a-
been a big fan of her.
I
as a
have.
player.
I watched. She was one of the first girls that I watched when I first came to the country when she was at Wanderers.
Oh, mad.
And I've just like followed the journey. So
Yeah.
she's always been a baller to me.
Yeah, she
And
is.
the way that she plays the game, not a lot of
Unreal.
girls play the game on that sort of wavelength in terms of thinking. So I just enjoy it.
She's techie, but she's got a bit of grit to her as well,
Yeah,
which I really
she's
like.
really creative.
She's not
She
afraid
made a
of
lot
it.
of impact
Yeah.
during the World Cup, that's for sure.
She's not afraid of a tackle as well, which I really like. She's quite robust there in midfield, but she's young. And it's Arsenal and they're stacked, so she'll find her way into
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
team. Over in the Prem, VAR strikes again. That was the main storyline of the weekend. Newcastle beat Arsenal men.
Yes, they did.
Newcastle are on one at the moment.
Newcastle were good.
They are.
Yeah.
It's great to see. I was
Arsenal
kinda
beating
happy it
United in
happened
the
to
League
us.
Cup just days before.
Yeah, smacking them 3-0 at Old Trafford. That was great, actually. Eddie Howe came out after that game and said, it was a good chance to rotate some of my players for this game.
Oh, wow.
Fucking no. Rotating
Imagine
players
using
against
you-
United
yeah,
is crazy.
United was just a bit of practice.
Yeah, it was a
against
training game
United.
for them.
Yeah,
Training
that's
game.
right.
Brilliant. But they beat
Dress
Arsenal.
rehearsal.
It was controversial,
Yeah,
to
it
say the
was.
least. You saw the goal.
I saw the goal. I did
3
And
checks.
Arteta's response at the end.
Arteta went off.
I didn't
Wow,
see,
he
I
did
didn't
not
watch
hold
it, but I
back.
saw like the clips and stuff. Like, what was he saying?
He went off about the refereeing, which is quite ironic because people found clips of him when he was asked about the Liverpool incident recently.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, at the end of the
That's
day,
just how
the
he
referees
works.
make mistakes. You know?
But when it's your team, it's like, nah, fuck that. We
Yeah.
better get this shit
In
right.
this one, he was like, the way that it feels like we work so hard day in, day out. And then for that to happen, it's like,
Yeah. Look, there was a
I'm sorry, my friend.
they were talking about the ball being out. I don't think the ball was out. We saw that in the World Cup, the men's World Cup as well. It's like the angles, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
That
I
was
saw,
such a mind fuck when it happened.
Yeah.
posted a video and was like Arsenal fans basically, and then it was like
With a piece of paper?
piece of paper on the
Yeah,
ball,
yeah,
and the
yeah.
angle, the first angle was like, oh, that ball's out. Then you come round and you go over it, and it's like, oh no,
And people are like, yeah, it's a 3D object. So like it had
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
it
come
can look
over the
like it's
line,
out from
yeah.
a certain angle.
Exactly. I don't worry too much about, but I do think it was a foul in the box. There's a 2-hand push.
Yeah.
I think it was it on Gabriel? I think it was on one of the Arsenal defenders. It was a 2-hand push. I do think it was a foul.
That is a foul.
I would
Second
also
phase.
feel hard done by.
Yeah.
But ultimately, St James Park went absolutely off. Big win, big for the title race, big for Postecoglou as well.
Yes.
Um,
Who's playing your boys tomorrow?
who's playing while this pod will be airing? Exactly right. Tottenham Chelsea, big game. The return for Pochettino.
What's your little score prediction there?
Well, I'm going to sound like an idiot if I say the wrong thing, right? And this episode's already
That's
out.
a fact of life, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
I'm going,
Chelsea maybe snag a point.
yeah, at Stamford Bridge.
No, it's at Tottenham.
Oh,
Tottenham.
I reckon we could snag a point, but yeah, I'm going. Maybe let's go 1-1.
Yeah. I could see it. Chelsea have been playing a lot better against the big teams, but
Fair.
I don't know. Let's see. It's not wide. It's not 3-point lane anymore. Back at 3-point lane, they used to win all the time. Crispy 04, 2 Premier League refs demoted down to the Championship. Should they be punished harder? Jesus.
Demoted.
Fuck, it's pretty good punishment.
I mean, it's still
Two
at
Prem
championship. Still at championship level.
Yeah, but I like, because look, I don't think you should fire a poor referee and making a mistake, but at least to just send him down the
Yeah.
levels is like a nice, like,
It's
Yeah,
a
get your
reminder
shit
like,
together.
hey,
Get your shit
yeah,
together.
get your shit together.
I'm sure they're paid less as well for those games.
Yeah, 100%.
Is this like indefinite or is it for a certain amount
No,
of
they
games?
just do it for a certain amount of games. They've always been doing this. I like it. I like
Okay.
when, a referee's held accountable for a
I
mistake.
think they should be.
Yeah. But within reason. You
Yes.
know, I'm not asking you to, do
Lose
something
a jo-
fucking crazy,
yeah,
fire
yeah,
him,
yeah.
and just
No.
like publicly ridicule him, throw tomatoes at him on the street. I'm not asking for that. Just send him down to the championship for a
Send
few
them down
weeks.
to the championship for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Send them down to non-league. That should be their
There
punishment
you go, yeah.
for 1 or 2 games.
Exactly. Liverpool were almost embarrassed down at Kenilworth.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Luton Town, boys.
That,
Luton.
It's just a hard place to come.
Yeah.
Tan. You know what I mean?
what an awesome stadium though. It just looks electric. I'd love to go to a game there.
Yeah, you'd hate to be a neighbour when
is
Darwin Núñez comes to town, though.
You're gonna say that.
Well, ball could have ended up anywhere.
Because of the shots are going right out. Yeah.
I
Jesus.
can't believe how bad he was playing.
Well,
in those
Hamish
moments.
George
Like,
wants to know, question for Kat, thoughts on Darwiez's highlight reel against
Oh
Luton?
my goodness, what
Weren't you
highlight
just bigging
reel?
him up the other week?
Sorry.
Weren't you bigging him
You
up?
were
saying-
bigging him up big
saying
time.
he's like found his form again.
Guess what? I'm not a fortune teller.
Oh, okay. Just saying.
He's been more consistent,
Yes.
but that was pretty appalling.
Yeah.
He just nothing converted. Like he was just kicking him everywhere except at the
Look,
goal.
most of the misses were reasonable except for the one. There was
Yeah.
the cross. It was about
I know,
6
but
yards
when
out, no keeper.
when you play that position for that type of team,
yeah.
it should be somewhat guaranteed that in those moments you can knock it in.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
And Luis Diaz saved his blushes because right after his miss,
And
Luton scored down the other end, and it was almost the
I
best
know.
snatch and grab, and
I
then
know.
Diaz scores.
thank God he scored.
And
What a
Commendable given everything he's gone
Exactly,
through
and he
like the
lifted
last
his
couple of
shirt.
weeks.
Talking about he wants
Yeah.
freedom for his dad. So his dad, I thought his dad got released by the captives. Or apparently not. Cause
Last I heard, no. So the town that he's from in Colombia, they all went marching for him. Yeah, they
to get his dad back.
yeah.
Yeah,
What the fuck is going on in Colombia, man?
I know,
Yeah.
man. South
Too
American
much
things.
Pablo Escobar.
Yeah. It wouldn't happen if Pablo Escobar was around. Do you know what I mean? Pablo would have some order.
Pablo would have been able to get his dad.
Pablo
back.
would have
Real
had some
talk.
order. Pablo
Come
was a
on,
big
man.
football fan.
I'd encourage everyone to do their own research on that one. Don't repeat anything.
You know, Diego Maradona visited Pablo Escobar in prison.
I
Did
don't
he?
doubt it.
Yeah.
I think people
probably
underestimate how connected football
Yeah.
and criminal activity
Well, all
has been
all
throughout
entertainment,
history.
all entertainment and criminal
Yeah,
activity.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, all
There's-
that-
They're
Big time.
all mates.
They're all
Yeah.
mates.
Yeah, there's a
They're all-
story that Diego Maradona, he was, Pablo Escobar was a big fan, so Diego went in and played in the prison and played a football match with everyone. The prison, who, by the way, Pablo Escobar built for himself.
Yes, yeah, that
yes,
one.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
And busloads of hookers would drive in and out.
yeah. He could basically just like a park, Jurassic Park. You know what I'm saying? What? That's what came to mind. Jurassic-
Instead of saying a Las Vegas club, he said Jurassic
What?
Park.
Jurassic Park?
I don't know.
With dinosaurs and shit?
Yeah,
Yeah?
he had stuff. He had, he had
Some creatures.
loads of
Little
things
T
going on.
Rexes and that.
Yeah,
There's some creatures.
some creatures.
There would have
there
been
for
some
sure,
creatures, man. I'll tell you that much.
For sure.
Especially after a few of the bit of the white stuff that he was throwing around.
Mm,
There would have
Snow-
been some
Snow
fucking
White.
creatures. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, we don't condone any of that.
absolutely not.
You know what we do condone?
What?
Proper athletes like Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
8 Ballon d'Ors. When we were chatting, I think last week,
We were
the
saying
Ballon
this.
d'Or was about
Was
to
the
happen
next
the next
day, yeah.
morning.
Yeah, yeah.
We knew Messi had won it,
Yeah.
but now it's official. 8
And
Ballon
you
d'Or.
also mentioned the photo shoot, which he did with his rings.
He did with the rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was such a sick photo shoot.
Yeah, that was good. That actually was really good. He won the World Cup and he won the Ballon d'Or, but he didn't get MLS Newcomer of the Year.
Oh, come on.
He didn't.
Oh, forgive them for letting him off with that one.
Well, he actually went to a familiar name. He went to Georgios Giakoumakis. LRE.
LRE.
One
We
for
love
the
a big
Greeks.
boy.
Scored 17 goals for Atlanta United since joining the league, and he was
Oh,
deemed
that's my
a better. There you go.
Respect that.
Yeah. So you can win the Ballon d'Or, but doesn't mean you're going to walk through the MLS and take all the individual awards. Leo, I'm sure he's losing sleep over that one.
But how much of the Ballon d'Or acknowledged his MLS,
I
his
don't think
time
it
in
had
the MLS?
anything to do
Exactly.
with his MLS. I think the Ballon
no,
d'Or.
it didn't.
He won the Ballon d'Or in 3 weeks.
Yeah. And I think that they stopped counting votes.
Yeah, the moment he won the World Cup, it was over.
Yep.
Yeah, shut the gate. Anyway, he gets it now.
Short
It's
gates.
over. No one's getting 8. Let's be real. No one's getting close to him ever.
So
I
how
can't see
many does Ronaldo have?
5.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, no one's getting 8.
No.
Domination for 8 years.
And
is
didn't
crazy.
they? I saw something that he had 4 or something before 25,
Yeah, it's pretty freaky.
and
It's pretty
no
freaky.
one.
And now they're saying,
Currently, there is no
at
winner.
Mbappe's age, he had 4.
Yeah, that's
God.
You
fair.
know what I mean?
What the makes
Yeah.
Mbappe look like?
I
Oh, what's
know.
Mbappe doing? But Mbappe's like the next in line.
Who wins one first, Mbappe,
But
Haaland, or
is,
Bellingham?
Is Mbappe next in line anymore?
He's not.
Or it should have happened already?
Who wins one next, Mbappe, Haaland, or Bellingham?
I feel like
I'll
the
go Haaland.
energy around.
Haaland?
I'll go Haaland.
I'm gonna say Bellingham. I feel like the energy around him right now is crazy. Like if he can do what he's
What has
done this
Haaland
season,
gotta
next
do
season.
more to win?
I'm going to go Mbappe. Let's go.
Oh.
Three-way. Three-way.
But no,
Let's
of course. No, because if Mbappe, no, Haaland wins the Prem, wins the Champions League.
Yeah, if City...
But he also
Go
plays
do it
for
again.
Norway.
That's the thing.
No, but no one, like, come on, we're not all. We're gonna count club and I know Messi because he won the World Cup. That's different.
Yeah, but playing for England.
Here's the thing. It's a Euros year now.
yeah.
And I think England and France are the 2 favourites to win the Euros.
Yeah.
If one of those 2 win
Yeah.
it, it'll be Mbappe or Bellingham.
Ooh,
If one of those 2 win it, I think.
that's
If
true.
none of them win it, it could go to Haaland. Next year when we have that Club World Cup thing,
Huge.
and City probably, I mean, it's early days, City probably win that, then I'd say Haaland gets his Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
I just hope now we get like one each year, like the old days.
Oh yeah,
I
it was
know,
like
like,
you
I
didn't
don't
know
want
who was
this-
going to win it.
Yeah, I'm sick of
No.
this
It
dominance.
wasn't
I mean,
just
it was
from
great.
Ronaldo and Messi.
This Ronaldo Messi era was unbelievable. Don't get me wrong. I'm so
Yeah.
glad we lived through this. But now let's get back to like a different one each
We
year.
don't know who's going to win.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice not knowing, right?
Yeah. Well,
It's
what
nice
about-
that there are 3 contenders.
There's a name you haven't mentioned.
Oh,
And he's just scored 2 hat-tricks in 2 weeks.
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
this is true.
Chris.
Who also got knocked out
Yeah.
by a League 2 club. Did you see this?
Oh, no, I think you meant like punched.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
what
who the
I
fuck
thought
knocked
you
him
meant
out?
that as well.
Sorry,
The way you
sorry.
said
Why would
it,
you
it's
punch
like-
Harry Kane?
Yeah, the way you said it, I was
Kane-
like, oh wait, when?
Yeah,
He's
you're right.
alive and well.
Yeah. Yeah, they got knocked out by Saarbrücken.
I knew you'd know the name.
3rd tier side. Yeah.
3rd tier.
Yeah.
They beat them, was it 2-0?
2-1.
That's
2-1.
wild.
2-1.
Because Kane did score.
I think he did. Oh, was it Kane?
Maybe Kane didn't
No,
score.
I don't know if Kane scored. I thought it was someone else. Either
But he's-
one
but
of the
he's-
wingers was either Sane or
Yeah.
He's flying
Can't remember.
basically.
But yeah,
He's
fine.
flying. He scored 2 hat-tricks in 2 weeks, and the most recent one in a 4-0 win against Dortmund. Tommy Tuchel got angry at the media and stormed off a press conference because
Why?
he said, I'm equal top of the league. I'm top of my Champions League group, but all they were asking him is the fact that he's now eliminated from the cup. And he's like, if you manage Bayern, you can't win. Unless you're winning
Yeah.
trebles, you can't
Yeah.
win because they're going to criticize you for every single
Every
game you
little
lose.
thing, yeah.
That said, they should not have lost to that side.
Yeah, but
on
that's why
paper.
that's why we
but
love
that's
football.
but
eh?
yeah, that's
That's
what
why
I
we love the
like.
game.
You know what's fucking crazy about the German Cup?
No, what's crazy?
Not only is it a gorgeous trophy full of jewels and
Oh wow.
that's
Yeah.
legit.
Yeah.
They're now into the last 16. Only 6 of them are Bundesliga teams.
Oh wow.
The other
Wow.
10 are from lower leagues.
Unreal.
Yeah, Bundesliga teams are all falling out. 12 of them eliminated.
Well, now we know why Bayern have done so well
Exactly.
all these years.
Are you just saying? You're saying the Bundesliga teams are shit. I was trying to say the lower league is good.
Yeah, I mean that might be it.
It's just perspective,
Jeez.
isn't it?
Yeah, that might be it.
Pessimistic
Or they just don't like
character.
they
No,
don't
not
care about that cup.
pessimistic.
But they should care about
They
it.
probably don't care about it. I know they probably play their second teams and stuff. But the second tier in Germany is like frighteningly good.
It's pretty strong, isn't it?
It's so good. It's so
Yeah.
strong, and the crowds are
Yeah,
mad.
I think it's more that there's not the disparity between the leagues isn't as great as other countries.
and they keep it 18 teams as well, so it's tighter. Those 2 less teams make a
It's
difference.
Germany,
you know?
man.
Yeah, they get it. They get it right. The Germans know what they're doing. I'm telling you.
German efficiency.
Exactly right. Anyway, Sergio Ramos, he's one of your faves,
Yeah, I love
playing
him.
at Sevilla. A little news story came out during the week. He was very close to joining a Premier League team. Around the time he scored that Champions League final goal, 2014, he said he was just moments away from joining a Premier League team who he's always supported and always been a fan of.
Who's that?
Which team do you think it was?
I'm gonna go
Did we
Chelsea.
get a clue?
He says Chelsea. Who do you say?
It has to be top 4. It has to be like Chelsea, United.
You reckon?
City.
Apparently, he's actually his father was a great fan of that team.
He's from Sevilla.
Who do you reckon?
It can't be United because there's always been like a Sevilla United.
Do you reckon it's a London club for sure?
Well, you can put that in the bin because it's Manchester United.
That's actually massive though.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
why?
like-
Sevilla is like United's in Europa League for
Yeah,
a
but-
while. They've been like their kind of
That's been more recent. no?
kryptonite. I know, but I feel like there's been that little bit of like European rivalry between them more recently.
So
but
his
I
dad
guess
supported United.
Apparently, his dad was a United fan.
Wow.
Yeah, and Ramos was really close to going. Ended up staying at Real Madrid and ended up winning a couple more Champions Leagues. I think it turned out for him anyway.
I wouldn't have liked to see him at United.
Yeah,
I bet
same.
you wouldn't.
That would look so weird.
Yeah.
I didn't like him much at Real Madrid.
Yeah, he would have been great for the Prem, though. They're the characters we need in the
Yeah,
Prem.
this is true.
Yeah. You know, we spoke last week about a team doing extremely shit, Ajax.
Yeah.
After that,
They get a win.
they got 2 wins.
Yeah.
They won midweek. They won on the weekend. They sacked their coach last week and they brought in John Van Schip. Van Schip. Not sure how I should say his name. He used to coach Melbourne City here.
SCH.
Oh, really?
Ship.
Aussie manager.
Well, he's not Aussie.
But he
He's
Oh, he's
Dutch,
probably-
but he's
okay.
managed here. But he took his Aussie assistant coach, who he used to have at Melbourne City, who was just managing in Tel Aviv, had to leave now with all the war and everything. He's left. He's joined him at Ajax, and they've won their first 2 games.
Oh, big up them.
Right. Unfortunately, it meant a loss for Garanquo. For Volendam. They're
That's
back
what-
struggling
yeah,
now.
that means they're bottom.
They're bottom now. But Ajax back out of the relegation zone. 2 wins, commanding wins.
Damn,
now, why
and
this
that
is a
all
beautiful
happened in a
story.
week.
It's all happened in a week. Now, why this is a beautiful story you should keep an eye on. Well, it's not beautiful. It's sad. It's bittersweet. John Van Schip. I'm going to say both because I'm not sure.
he's
Yeah.
frustrated.
I'm
he
not
doesn't
sure.
have the answer.
So his wife passed away last month.
Oh,
Right, she lost a battle with cancer after a long time.
That's
now
really
he
sad.
used to play for Ajax,
When he was younger.
and he said because he literally she passed away and like 2 weeks later he's taken an Ajax job, and everyone's like,
What
You
doing?
sure you want to be doing this?
Yeah,
Like, you
yeah,
know?
you should be grieving.
And he said in the press conference, he said, yeah, he goes, I spoke a lot about it with my wife while she was sick. And one of the things she said to me was she told me I should return to Ajax, where I was happiest as a player. I should go back there and manage them. And then it's just happened that Ajax couldn't win a game, sacked the manager, approached him, and he's like, I think it's a sign. And he's taken it. The universe.
That's a sign.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
I know. So you guys should be following this Ajax journey
wow.
I
because
hope he does well now. You
not
know?
only does he have that behind him, but he also has an Australian assistant gaffer, Michael Varkanis, who's played in the A-League for Adelaide United. It's just a beautiful story all around.
I really like
Great
that.
story.
Yeah. So
All
hopefully,
the best to him.
exactly. Hopefully, he turns his season around. Look, there isn't that many points between him and European football, so he
Yeah.
could turn it right around. Who's not turning shit around though? Are Leon.
Well, this is the thing. When we spoke about Ajax last week,
Hmm.
I had a couple of comments being like, you really need to talk about Leon as well because that is a shambles.
Leon's bad too.
In Ligue 1.
In Ligue 1.
Leon.
Die Farmers League.
The Farmers
Die
League.
Farmers. Wie Farmers. French Farmers. How they doing?
Poor French.
I know,
He
that's
is
terrible.
shitting all over
That
him.
was terrible.
They are 7 points from safety, rock bottom, haven't won a game.
7 points.
They got Lacazette up top.
What? And like, it was never.
You know-
I feel like he was certain players, and it's like the same thing in like. I know I'm not trying to equate it to UFC, but it's like after a loss,
They're never the
they're
same.
never the same.
Yeah.
So Lacazette, it was like Lacazette had a load of hype running, but after the
Arsenal
Arsenal,
killed him?
it was never the same.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, could
And that's
be.
what it is.
I
with
didn't
him.
know where
His
you were
whole-
going with the UFC.
His whole
comparison,
aura
but that makes sense.
is different now.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Defenders don't fear him.
They don't fear him as much.
Yeah.
Because everyone saw like he didn't really hit the heights he was supposed to hit at Arsenal. He's still done well at Arsenal.
He did all right. Yeah,
But
he had
he
a
just-
decent stint. And he came back to Leon, did quite well. Last season, he was doing all right. They were pushing top 4 last year. They were doing all right till the end. This year, they just can't put it together. 10 games, 0 wins. They had a whole bus drama with Marseille where their coach was hitting head,
Yeah.
split head. It's just all going fucking crazy over there in France. At least, look, there's a decent title challenge. Nice are doing well. Monaco are doing well. But Leon need to pick their shit up. I think they will get out of this.
Yes.
They're too big of a club.
Yeah, too big of a club.
I think this is where you see the experience, the fact that they are big clubs.
Exactly.
show.
And we spoke about
it's,
it last
it's how
week.
they handle these moments.
We spoke about it last week. Fabio Grosso's their coach, who dove against Australia in 2006. So
It's just a lot of
So this is
karma
probably
really
some-
right
you
now.
guys really remember that one.
yeah.
To be fair, I have
You
no
don't
idea what
forget-
you're talking
you
about.
don't
Yeah,
forget things like
it was
that.
Italy, Australia. You speak to any Aussie, they're still salty about
still
that
remember
game.
that.
Yeah.
100%. I got a bit of a who am I want to play with you guys for no real reason.
Oh, let's go.
I just want to do it.
Oh, are we going to talk about
Here we
Laura Hayes as well for Chelsea women's?
Emma Hayes.
Oh, did I say Laura
Who's
Hayes?
Laura Hayes?
Yeah,
I don't know. Who? Why do I,
I feel
know
like Laura Hayes is someone,
Who
but
is
that's
Laura
definitely not
Hayes?
Chelsea's manager.
Yeah.
Who's Laura Hayes?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, Google
Search
it.
it, search
Anyway,
it.
Emma Hayes.
Search
Emma
it.
Hayes
Sorry,
is
I
leaving
just
Chelsea.
wanted to acknowledge the
She's
fact
leaving.
that like
Yeah.
she's
They're
unreal.
like-
she's a
She's
goat
been like the best
coach
gaffer ever.
of the Chelsea
Why is she
women's
leaving?
side. Well, people are suspicious that she's going to take the women's USA job.
Oh.
Anyway, before we get into the who am I just wanted to point that out because I think she's got quite a big.
Well, she shocked a lot of the players with that
Yeah.
announcement. But she's won everything now at Chelsea, so you may as well go.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't get the Champions League though. That would have been a big one for them.
But
I think that was a
I
step too
still
far.
think like she's in a great position to take.
That USA
I've heard
squad
a job
is-
like that.
They're rebuilding now,
Better
aren't they?
not actually. I just thought about it. I better not. I've heard some rumors about Emma Hayes.
About who?
About Emma Hayes, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not going to go
What's the? I mean, I was gonna say, what's the rumor?
She's a great manager, but I've heard some other rumors. It's just like some questionable stuff.
Really?
Yeah. But she's a fantastic
I'm
manager.
so glad I brought her up.
No, she's a fantastic manager. Just some questionable off-field tactics at times. Apparently.
off-field tactics.
With players and stuff. But that's what I heard. I don't know. It could be just grapevine. Fucking allegedly. What do I know? Hey, what do I know? She's a great manager and she's going to take the
It's
US.
all alleged.
Exactly. I'm glad she's taken the US because there was a rumor that Joe Montemurro was going to take it.
I know. Imagine that.
And that would just be such a stab in the gut because I'd love Joe to coach Matildas.
Yeah.
Imagine he goes and takes, USA. I still hope he does take
And
the
even if
Matildas.
Gustafsson had moved over like that just would have felt so strange for the Aussies.
Oh, he could have gone. I would have been all right with that. I would have been all right with that. Was he wearing a headset on the sideline?
I don't know.
Have you seen that?
I know his antics sideline are weird to me anyway.
Does everyone love him now? Sorry, maybe
I feel like
does
they
everyone
do,
love him?
hey.
Okay.
Like
I mean,
we've
soccer Twitter likes him again. So,
we've
Really?
always
yeah,
been
I'm pretty sure they're all around him now again.
I've personally always been indifferent because I hear such mixed reviews.
No, he's all right. I don't know him personally. I met him once at the bar. Remember? Were you there? No. I went to get a drink. We're at the MPL final.
And he was there.
And
Wait,
he
we
was-
were at the NPL.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
we were.
I went
was
to the
there.
bar to get you guys a drink and
Ah.
myself, and he was at the bar as well.
Tony was there.
And he turned to me and he goes, "Are they showing replays for this game?" Because like the goal had just happened, and he was trying to find the replays. Like, "Are they showing replays?" And I'm like, "I don't think they are, bro." And he's like, "Oh, spewing." Anyway, have a good day.
Well,
and he walked off.
what I-
I was like, "Oh, that's Tony Gustafsson."
Do you know what I will say is he's actually quite nice. Like,
he's
very
lovely.
sociable.
Yeah, he's
Obviously,
lovely.
I met him a bunch of times doing the Optus stuff. And then one time I was walking in Brisbane off duty, like I wasn't at work. And he was there too because the Matildas were up in Brizzy at the time. He was with his wife. and we were like, we walked past.
Say hello?
Yeah. And he goes, "Hey, how are you?" Like he
Yeah,
said
he's
hi to
great.
me. And I was like, okay, that's a testament to your
He knows.
character.
I think I think he's really cool as a person.
Yeah.
He knows how to also play that media side. It's
Yeah.
just
And he knows you work in the media. He wants to.
he's good with that.
Yeah.
he knows what he's
And
doing.
I respected that.
I thought he was maybe another shout to get that job. Look, he's keen to stay with the Matildas, and hey, no one can argue with the results. Matildas
No,
doing well.
exactly.
Despite a bumpy start, he's killing it with them. So you
Yeah.
know what? Fair play to him.
Who am I?
Who am I?
Let's go.
I played professionally in 8 countries. I was an actor in a comedy film called Taxi 4.
Acting in a comedy.
I don't know that.
I have my own clothing and perfume range. I have appeared in a recent season of The Masked Singer and Dancing with the Stars in my home country.
So they're English.
In my home country. Could be, but could be not. I scored in 3 cup finals for Liverpool.
Oh, 3 cup finals. It's not.
I was involved in a sex tape blackmail scandal.
This should narrow it down.
This person's really busy.
This should narrow it down, but I'm like, what? Hold on.
I represented France at the FIFA World Cup.
Dribble Cisse.
Yes.
Why the way that
knowledge,
you
FC.
sounded French at the end of that as well. He's like, oh.
Gibril
good pickup.
Cisse.
Holy.
Dribble Cisse. What a guy.
So they have the Masked Singer in France as well.
Yeah, he's apparently been
What
on
the fuck is he
he-
doing on
well, he's
the
a
Masked-
DJ now.
Ah.
He actually works as a DJ.
Because his son is a footballer, I'm pretty
That's what I
sure.
wanted to talk about. Yes, correct. So his son has signed a professional deal with Notts County in League 2. And his other son, so one son's called Cassius.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm like still trying to think of all the things this guy's done.
Man, he's the best. We're going to talk about Gibril in a second. But his son, Cassius Cisse, has signed professionally for Notts County in League 2. His other son, Prince Kobe Cisse,
Prince Kobe.
is playing for Liverpool Youth at the moment.
That's
So
mad.
both these kids, and apparently they might play for Wales because his ex-wife is Welsh.
He's from Wales.
And his ex-wife is a hairdresser, which is quite ironic because Gibril had the hair, man.
Yeah.
True.
He was the first.
Is that how
I
they
think he
met?
was I feel like he was one of the first swaggy footballers.
Well, I wanted
almost.
to talk about Gibril because I sometimes think people forget
what he
Like the
done.
swag.
what he did for football. And like, there are characters like that because I think with the whole Beckham doco that's come out, we see what Beckham did for
Right,
football, and he
right.
took it to another level. I think Eric Cantona's another one. I don't know what it is about these Frenchies,
Yeah.
but the
Yeah.
Frenchies took football to another level, right?
got that
Cantona was
style.
just like he wasn't just a footballer, and you see him now. He's just released a CD, right?
He's very
Cantona's-
like artistic.
he acts in movies because for him, football is more than a sport; it's art.
Yep.
Same with Gibril Cisse.
Yeah, he was like he was just different hairstyles, and I remember he'd just be a little bit controversial with certain shit.
Very,
and
very,
very
good.
emotional player.
Yeah, and I love
Passionate.
that. I think
Yeah,
was
but you
rapid as
look
well.
back on that and you appreciate people who bring that to the game.
and I wonder, like, if you could have got away with it today, because sometimes people give people like Neymar too much skit. People give it to Vinicius Jr. for,
Yeah,
for
man,
dancing and stuff and being a bit, and ultimately people give it to sometimes someone like Nestor Irankunda because he does the backflips and he's, and he's
Yeah.
young and he's killing it at his young age. But I'm like, these are the players that keep the game alive.
That's what you
And
want.
Gibril Cisse was one of my favorites growing up
definitely
because
was.
anytime you saw a wacky haircut, you thought of Gibril.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Come on, some
and
crazy
he backed
shit.
it up on the pitch too.
He's a good player.
2 leg breaks, still came back and
That's
won a Champions League
crazy.
with Liverpool.
Wow.
Yeah, big fan. I just want to talk
You
about
should
it.
have known that, Cat.
You
I
should
know,
have known
I'm
that.
so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not actually sorry. I don't care that much.
No. But I expected you to get that one, Olan. I know you're a big fan. That was the golden era of football.
Yeah, it was.
Football peaked.
That's
You
my,
really do thrive off a little win, don't you?
I just, a little win. That's
He's
a
like
big,
me, but he's like me. He's
that's
got
a
that.
big win.
He's got that nostalgia, that football nostalgia.
Football
Yeah.
nostalgia is me like to the T. I think even when I love like scrolling on Twitter and seeing like old clips of like Andrea Pirlo.
Yeah.
Or I think I was watching one of like Marcelo. Like that was my era.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I love football.
Because that's the era where you really got into the game, right? And like
really
those are the
players.
characters that were like
Maybe that
big
should
at
be
the
a separate
time.
pod.
Should be.
Maybe we should talk
Just
classic.
deep
Even like
dive
even
in
like
classic
classic, even like
football.
Xavi Iniesta era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching rewatching. I don't know why I was watching this because terrible day for a Chelsea fan. But the Champions League final in 08 against Man United. That was 15 years ago.
What?
When were you rewatching that?
It was just popped up and like Champions League posted the goals. And like United's front three, as much as I hate United, their front three that day was Ronaldo, Tevez, Rooney.
Jesus Christ.
That's proper nostalgia, when you go back and see
That's
that.
nostalgia front three.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh my God. That, for me, that was like, that era of football was just so.
Football peaked.
Yes.
Football peaked.
It's not been
It
the
was a different
same.
era. It was like you still had like the brutes that were like, go out there and kick the shit out of people.
Yeah.
But then you still had like the technical,
Quality,
quick people. It wasn't so much of a technical game, but you still had technical players.
Oh, yeah, heaps already.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas now I think
I always say 2006 World Cup, football peaked. 2006 World Cup is the best football's ever been. Because think about it, England still had Becks, Owen, all these guys, Ferdinand, Terry, blah, blah, blah.
But then the other gen was coming
Brazil
through.
had Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, Roberto Carlos.
oh my Lord.
You
Yeah.
know, Zizou was still playing.
Zizou was still around.
But Cristiano and Messi were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, football peaked.
Do you know what
Imagine
I
going
mean?
back.
2006
Football peaked. That was it.
You're right.
That was
You
the
know,
top.
to be fair, that's also when I genuinely started to follow as well.
Yeah,
Because
well, a lot
prior
of
to
Aussies
that,
did as
like,
well.
it did, like, I don't come from a football
Well, we were
family.
there.
It
We were at
didn't
the World
mean
Cup.
anything to my family. Like, it was the influence of being in school and everybody talking about these players. And I'm like, who are they? Like,
And
I
even
want to know
us,
about
man.
these.
We had Schwarzer, Kuhl, Cahill, Bresciano, like these players. Like, man, football peaked.
Yeah.
That for me.
That's
was just
true.
like-
Like, as an Aussie, like, it was such a crucial time.
yeah. Anyway, look at us.
Have fun.
Hey, look at us.
We're the old heads.
We're showing our age.
Yeah, we're the old heads now. We're like, remember back in my day?
Back in my
this is
day.
what it was like.
100%. And I can feel myself turning into my dad, right? My dad is a 60-something-year-old Italian man who, if I ask him, Dad, who won the Champions League last year? He can't even tell you.
Yeah.
But you go to him and go, who was in the UEFA Cup final in 1976? He'll tell you all about the game. Like, he just loves football from
That's
that
so
From
era.
that era,
cool.
You know,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
can
yeah.
feel myself becoming like
Becoming
Yeah.
that.
that. And it's scary. We got a random question in here, but I like it from Bulla. Is Peter Drury the best commentator in the history of football?
Facts.
Ooh.
Yeah?
Facts.
Just
He's a
poetic.
poet.
Has he
But he's
passed
also
Martin
the
Tyler?
one that, yeah.
Yeah?
Not everybody loves Martin Tyler.
Yeah, but Martin's about 150 years old now, though. Don't judge him now.
Yeah, judge it back.
You know?
No, I'm talking purely on like what I like the comments that I see on their
Yeah.
commentary.
Yeah.
Nobody doesn't like Drury.
Yeah, Drury is a poetic man. He's
He
good.
is. He turns.
Sometimes he's a bit too much, but I like him. No, he's great. He's good.
He turns.
You know what I mean?
I also
He
think
turned football
it's
into
such
poetry.
a skill
great.
to
Yeah.
be
It
able
is.
to commentate.
It's phenomenal.
It is. And to
Apparently, he
build-
said clarted it in one of
He-
his.
I
Did
think
he
he
know?
did.
Did he really?
He said clarted it.
Was
He's
it an
like, Peter Drury is
accident?
the only person who could get away with saying clarted it.
I need to know the
And it, just,
context.
and it was literally just like
It was a shot from
it
outside
was
the
a
box.
shot from outside the box, but it just flowed so smoothly. Like he didn't even
away with
realize. And like everyone was like, "Did he just say that?" Oh wait, let's move on. You know what I mean? Like, no. Like that's how
That's
smooth he was.
crazy.
He is cool, man. He's really cool. But you know what I think sometimes? This is in commentary, this is in football, this is in everything. Of course, we're always going to get better, right? So, like, to say Pele or Maradona was the best player ever and they're better than Messi is tough because, of course, you're always going to evolve. So, Drury's probably better than Tyler. Messi's better than Maradona. But you need to also give credit to the people who
In that
set
era.
the bar in that
era.
era.
Yep.
Like, there
It's
wouldn't,
all
there would have been
relative.
no Drury without Tyler.
Yeah.
There would have been no Messi without Maradona. You know what I mean?
It's relative.
It's all relative.
It's
Yeah.
it's a generational sport in every sense.
And that's why I prefer when people say best player of the generation.
Yeah.
Of all time, I think you can't compare of all
hard.
time. You know
I
what I mean?
think that's narrow-minded.
Yeah.
It's there's a much bigger picture.
Yeah. Exactly. This is a random one too. I like this. Semi Parlak, FYI, massive Galatasaray fan here. We're doing really well. They are. Fenerbahce lost on the weekend. That was big for Gala. Icardi doing great, and so is his missus. Both signed models. There you go.
Oh,
What do you
we
mean?
said last week we needed an Icardi update and he gave
he
it
gave
to
it to
us.
us. Yeah, there you
so
go.
they've signed models to the age to what?
I don't know.
Oh.
I didn't go and do any research for this.
Okay.
I think we've
Fair
spoken enough about Icardi. But he's bagging goals, and
He's doing what he needs to
he's
do.
got balls of steel on him as well. I saw him was in the Champions League penalty dink down the middle. He just doesn't care.
Doesn't really.
That's why he's a great striker.
shock me.
Doesn't care, and his missus doesn't care either. Credit to her. Poor thing, she's battling. She's got a bit of. I think she's got leukemia or something.
Really?
Pretty sure.
Far out.
I'm not
It's just
just-
one thing after another with
Yeah,
them.
yeah, I know.
That's
It's
really
never ending.
sad.
But they've done very well. Whether love them or hate them, they've done very well. They've made a lot of cash, and I hope their romance is still strong too. Why are you laughing?
Shout out to them.
What are you laughing at?
I don't know.
I don't know why you laugh at me.
Neither do I.
Last one, Jai Bull. Do you guys think we'll ever see Jude Bellingham in the Premier League, or is he gone forever?
Oh,
You guys spoke about this last week, didn't you?
Did we?
I think he'll come to the Prem, but it'll be later on.
I just don't think he's giving like the.
Like when he's completed.
He looks so happy
That's what I'm
at
saying, but
Madrid
once he's
right now.
completed football.
So you
How funny is the Bellingham stuff?
Bellingham.
Belly goal.
Belly goal. And
Like
they're
the
doing it
fact that
everywhere.
Real and England are posting
Yeah, the
videos of
memes.
him,
Mm.
like with
Belly goal.
Yeah.
Anyway,
whoa.
sorry.
Girona are first.
93
You ever heard of
years, you
Girona
know?
before this season? No.
Girona are,
Catalan.
yes, they're from the north of Barcelona.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a very beautiful town.
That's going to be a nice Catalan derby, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's 93 years since Girona have been anywhere near the top of the table.
Well, it's cool because they went top after about 5 games and they celebrated it in the city. Like they didn't win the title, but they just
They
celebrated
just
because the first time that they were ever top of
top-
La Liga at some point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right? So they actually partied. Now they're back top again now after 11 games or 12 games, I think it is now. They're back top, a couple points clear of Real
Bit of
Madrid.
partying
Unreal.
again.
So good to see. That's my
It's really
storyline.
cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, I'd love to see him go all the way. But anyway, back on Jude. Quick one. He's planning for money, the big man, or someone around him is. There was a video that came out of him in the Ballon d'Or ceremony. He couldn't do his bow tie.
His
Oh,
mama.
really?
His mum had to help him. So this
Did you
guy's-
see his comments?
It's cute.
He's like, everybody thinks I'm so mature for my age, can't even put on a
Yeah.
tie.
Yeah, it just goes to show he's so good on the football pitch, but he's
Yeah.
still a 20-year-old
Still
kid.
20-year-old kid.
What did
Bless
you,
him.
honest opinions, what do you think of his pants at the Ballon d'Or?
I
I
didn't
didn't
look-
see it. We
I
should
don't
do,
really
we should do a
look-
little a Ballon d'Or reaction.
Yeah,
Pull
I'll
up.
do it
I'll
then.
pull up
To
a
the-
picture.
to
His
the
pants.
Yeah, but I want your thoughts on his
to
pants.
the fashion.
What were they? What was wrong with them?
I'm going to show you.
Well, it sounds like you already know.
I'm going to show you his
Okay.
pants.
Show me Jude's pants because that actually kind of links into what I want to talk about because he's trademarked. He's used his name. He's trademarked food products, drinks, clothing, all in his name because he's planning to launch some brands. You two on your fucking phones.
Hold on.
Sorry.
I'm here trying to have a conversation
no,
for our
that's my
listeners.
bad.
If you're not listening, show me. I haven't got my contacts.
Oh, what? They're like
You could fit 2 of them in there.
you got the what they call again? Boot cuts is what we call them.
They're more than boot cuts. These things are.
They're parachutey.
Yeah, they look like you're jumping out of a plane. Look at that. I mean, I get it. He's got to be with the times. You know, he's got to be trendy.
Yeah,
He's trying to do a Lewis Hamilton thing there.
Yeah, it's way too far for me.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Kat? That's way too far.
First Ballon d'Or, just keep it simple.
Yeah, just keep it simple, mate.
You know?
Just keep it simple.
Bless him.
Dude, what do you
Yeah.
think? No?
I see what he's trying to do.
Missed
or
there.
whoever's styling him, I see what they're trying to do. I just think it's one step at a time.
Simplicity.
You can't go wrong with a nice suit.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
He went double breasted. That was already enough.
Yeah,
He
that's
could've just kept
lovely.
the-
Just simple pants.
just keep
Keep
the
them
simple
suit pants.
Yeah.
There's a reason men have dressed the same way for like centuries.
Yeah, because it's a staple. It
It
works.
looks great.
It works. Yeah. All right, Jude. Well, there you go. Kat will give you some fashion advice. As I was mentioning when you two were on your phone, he's trademarked his name for food products, drink products, and clothing products. So he's ready to launch some labels. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo, for example, has launched everything in his name.
Yeah.
So Jude's planning. Little strange one that he trademarked, though. He trademarked a security company in his name.
Oh.
So apparently Jude Bellingham has interest in starting a security protection service for famous people, their homes, and their family. Sterling, Smalling, Sturridge, all the S's.
I was going to say any
These are-
non-S's.
These are some England teammates or former teammates of him that have all had their homes robbed recently. It happens a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently this is a bit of a side business venture that he's,
Fair
that he's
enough.
thinking of. Makes sense, though.
Yeah, it does
It
make
does
sense.
make
'Cause
sense.
He's got probably all the contacts in that realm of world anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
And you
And
look
look-
at what Messi's bodyguard's doing for him. You know,
Yeah.
these footballers now are at that point.
And this is the thing, like for these guys, they do have, it's not necessarily him, but his team are thinking what's after his football career.
Exactly.
And why not trademark 4 or 5 businesses
While you're
and
hot.
just get it going?
While you're hot, you know what I mean? Launch some
it.
companies. Fucking oath. I rate it. Anyway, just wanted to throw that little fact in there. Champions League football's back this week.
It is.
We love that. There's never a break. I feel like there's midweek footy every week.
We love it,
I'm
though.
having a
It
look
does feel like that.
I'm having a look at it now. I think it's now the reverse fixture of what we had last.
Yeah.
So Milan, PSG, yeah, decent. Dortmund, Newcastle, yeah.
Newcastle are doing all right in that group, aren't they?
Yeah, they got done by Dortmund at home though, so it's a tight group, that one. Milan are bottom with 2 points. PSG top. Watch, Milan will beat PSG and everyone will be tight. It'll be like 5-6, 5-4, whatever the fuck it ends up being. It'll be tight, I reckon, that group. That's an awesome group. Why are you laughing?
I hear producer Shabs.
By
having a little
Munich,
giggle.
Galatasaray. I love Champions League. This is what it's all about. And then we kick off to more football next weekend, whatever. It keeps writing itself. You just never get a day off here. We'll be back on Born Offside next week. Off to
Off to
Off to
Melbs in
Melbs.
about an hour or so. So
don't do anything stupid.
I'll try not to get cancelled.
Okay, try not to.
That's my
Try your best.
That's my goal.
Yeah.
But we'll
Cat.
be here for you, whatever happens.
You doing anything? You here all week?
Here all week.
Yeah. Nothing exciting. How's the dog?
Good.
Yeah, when can you bring him in to show
Yeah, bring the dog on
crew?
the
Yeah.
set. We've had my dog on Born Offside.
I know. Peppy's
Also, let me
time
ask the
will come.
audience: is it ick if a guy has a cat? If a guy gets a cat, because I'm thinking about getting a cat. Let me know.
Is it an ick
I don't
if a
think it's
guy
an
gets a
ick.
cat? I think it depends who you're speaking to, but yeah.
I don't think it's an ick. No.
No?
I love all animals. I think it's nice when.
So what if you're dating a guy?
Because
who's
a
got
cat's
snake?
like a woman's. You know,
well,
it is isn't it?
It's
Claude?
just very. It is a lot
I'd get a
easier.
cat.
How many men do you know? Yeah, but
Claude
if you
said
get a
he
cat,
would get a
you
cat.
have a dog? Do you know what I mean? You don't just get the cat alone. As a man.
No,
You reckon
Claude
as a
said-
man, you
you
don't-
said
you
you
don't-
would get a cat when
I've been
you
considering
have
it.
your own place.
Because I feel like a cat can stay on their own for a while.
Yes,
As a
they
dog,
can
you
do that.
can't leave it on its own.
As someone who has both, a cat is so much easier, and I took it for granted. I really did. Dog's really nice because it's the affection you're not going to get from a cat.
Yeah.
Like the cat might want nothing to do with you, and you need to go into that prepared that they might reject you
a
completely.
bit like women sometimes.
Yeah, but you can't like
Used to
just
that.
not get rid. You can't get rid of her. Like
This
she's
is
yours
that.
now.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have
Also
to
like
ride that
women
emotional wave. It's not an ick.
Yeah.
It's not an
cool.
ick.
Okay, cool.
But you're saying you like a guy that has animals. What if you go over a guy's house who's got snakes? Or he's got
No,
a
that's
snake?
no.
What about fish?
Probably not
What
reptiles.
if a
Fish bowl.
guy's got fish?
That's fine.
Yeah?
Like a fish tank.
And he talks
Yeah,
to
that's
him.
cool. No, that's weird. Why'd they start talking to them? Have you ever gone to a girl's place and she had a weird animal?
Like hamster, maybe? I don't know. That's
Is
not
that
weird,
weird?
though. No.
They do kind of smell
I
though.
once
Yeah.
went to a girl's place and all she ate was bananas.
Do you know?
Pause.
Have I told you a
I
story?
didn't know if you were going to bring this up or
because
not.
you have a banana phobia.
Yeah, I hate
You know
bananas,
cat has a banana
guys.
I
phobia.
didn't know
It's
that.
not a phobia.
No, it's a fucking phobia. If you put a banana in front of a cat, she'll like cry.
No way. We have to
I
do
hate
this.
them so
Yeah,
We
much.
have to do this on the potty. Like,
I have an
figure out
issue
one.
with like everything that a banana is.
It's unbelievable. It's such a good source of potassium. I don't understand.
I just get potassium elsewhere.
Good practice as well. What?
Jesus.
Practice for, just whatever you're doing in life.
That's the lowest of the lowest.
Brilliant. That is brilliant. It's true because the peeling process.
The peeling. You're just
know what I
peeling
mean?
your hands back,
What
everything.
the fuck are you peeling?
you know, the banana. You eat the banana with the skin.
What's your practice?
Huh?
The wrist motion.
Yeah.
No, wrist motion.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just,
This episode should have ended
Have
5
you seen how
minutes ago.
monkeys eat bananas quickly before we end?
we still
Don't they
filming,
bite it from
Shabsy?
the other end?
We've been eating bananas wrong all our lives.
Oh,
Have
wow.
you seen that?
Yeah, I think so.
You look at every monkey, they turn it the other way. They peel it. So you know the little nipple part
Yeah.
that we usually peel it from?
It's just taking
You know?
a left turn.
The little foreskin at the front that we
Hopefully no
peel
one's
from.
still listening.
They peel it from the other side. Anyway, on that note, thanks you guys for joining us here on Born Offside. If you're having fun, if you're still around, credit to you.
Yeah,
Make sure
massive.
to follow us on all socials. Click us a 5-star rating if you're having a good time. And we'll see you next week for some more action.
Bye, guys.
Adios.